My name is Emma Lewis, and this is a story I never thought I'd tell anyone. If you're watching this, I just want you to do one thing: keep your lights on. Because what happened to me still haunts every reflection I see. Before I start, check if you're subscribed, and tell me in the comments, where are you watching this from? I really want to know how far my husband's story has reached. Because even in death, somehow, he found his way back to me. It was 12 years ago. Daniel, my husband, died in a house fire that started in our kitchen. The official report said it was a faulty wire. But I know the truth. Deep down, I know it was my fault. That night, I forgot to turn off the old coffee pot. It sounds like such a small mistake, but that mistake cost me everything. When the fire broke out, Daniel was asleep. I tried to reach him, I swear I did, but the smoke. It was too thick, choking every breath I took. I remember the heat, the sound of wood cracking, and me screaming his name until my throat burned. The firefighters pulled me out, kicking, screaming, begging them to go back. But when they found him, it was too late. They said he was still reaching toward the door when the beam fell. That image never left me. Even now, when I close my eyes, I see his hand frozen mid-reach, and I wonder if he was reaching for me. After the funeral, I couldn't sleep. Every time I shut my eyes, I saw flames licking up the walls, heard his voice calling for help. The house smelled of smoke for months, no matter how much I cleaned. So I moved. But I couldn't leave everything behind. I brought one thing with me, our mirror. It was an antique Daniel had restored himself. Heavy wooden frame, carved with roses, his favorite flowers. It was the only thing that still felt like us. I put it in my new bedroom, right across from the bed. I don't even know why. Maybe because when I looked into it, I could almost imagine he was standing behind me. People kept telling me to move on. I even tried once, went on a date. But when that man smiled at me, I saw Daniel's reflection instead of mine. So I stopped trying. Years went by. My hair turned gray, my hands started to tremble. But every morning, I still whispered, "Good morning, love." It became my routine, a small, sad way of pretending he was still there. Until one night, he actually answered back. It was August 4th. I was brushing my teeth before bed when something strange happened. The mirror fogged up, even though the air was cool. And right there, written in the steam, were two words. "I'm here." I froze. My stomach dropped. I wiped it away, told myself it was nothing, maybe condensation, maybe my imagination. But the next night, it happened again. This time the words were lower, like someone shorter had written them, from inside the glass. I recorded it. I needed proof I wasn't crazy. But when I played the video, there was nothing. Just my reflection. That's when I began to hear him. It was around 2:19 a.m. when I woke up to a faint humming. A tune so familiar. Daniel used to hum it when he painted in the garage. It was soft at first, like it was coming through water. And it was coming from the mirror. My voice shook as I whispered, "Daniel?" And then, in the fogged reflection, I saw movement. A hand, pale and slow, pressing against the inside of the glass. I screamed. I threw the blanket over the mirror and ran out of the room. When I came back the next morning, the blanket was still there. But underneath it, handprints. From the inside. I called my sister. She told me I needed help, said I was hallucinating from loneliness. I booked a therapy session. I even tried convincing myself she was right. But I knew what I saw. That's when I started digging, researching antique mirrors, hauntings, anything that could explain it. I found hundreds of stories about how mirrors could trap souls, how they act like windows between the living and the dead. Then, I noticed a small tag on the back. Miller and Sons, 1911. I called the number I found online. The grandson of the original owner answered. And when I gave him the serial number, he went silent. Then he said something I'll never forget. "Ma'am, that mirror came from a burned-down estate. The man who owned it died in a fire, trying to save his wife." My blood ran cold. That mirror had already seen someone die in flames before Daniel. A mirror that had watched death twice. That night, I dreamed of the fire again, but this time, Daniel was outside, calling my name. When I woke up, the air in my room was freezing. The blanket I'd used to cover the mirror was gone. And there he was. Daniel's reflection, standing inside the mirror. Smiling softly. Wearing the same clothes he died in. No burns. No scars. Just him. "Emma," he said, his voice calm. "You left me in the fire." My knees gave out. "Daniel, it wasn't my fault." He tilted his head, just like he used to when he teased me. "It doesn't matter," he said. I waited. "And now, you can come with me." The lights flickered. The room filled with the smell of smoke. I looked down and saw flames crawling across the floor. I screamed and ran to the window, but there was no street, no world. Just darkness. Endless black. In the mirror, Daniel extended his hand. Behind him, I saw the old house, untouched, glowing in warm golden light. Our home. The one that burned down. He smiled, "Come home." I stood there, trapped between life and reflection. Behind me, the fire. In front of me, Daniel, waiting. I took one small step closer. I could almost feel his warmth through the glass. "Emma," he whispered. "It's not burning anymore. It's beautiful here." But then, just for a moment, I saw something move behind him. A tall, faceless shadow, its hand on his shoulder, like a puppet master. My voice broke. "That's not you." Daniel's smile cracked, literally cracked, like glass breaking from the inside. The mirror began to shake, splintering. Then, it exploded outward. When I woke up, everything was gone. The fire. The smell. The light. The mirror lay shattered across the floor. And from those broken pieces, I could still hear a faint whisper. That was 2 months ago. Since then, I see him sometimes, not fully. Just his eyes. In windows. In my phone screen. In puddles after rain. I moved out. Threw away every mirror I owned. But last week, in my new apartment, there was one already mounted in the bathroom. Old. Ornate. Carved with roses. And this morning, when I looked into it, the glass fogged up. And written there, in the same handwriting I'll never forget, were the words, "You can't leave me twice." So if you ever move into a new place and find an old mirror already there, don't look too long. Because sometimes, the reflection staring back at you isn't yours. If this story gave you chills, make sure you're subscribed. And tell me in the comments, would you have touched his hand or run?